What's up, guys? Welcome to This Sec. I'm your host, Joey Campbell, and today I finally watched Shazam, and I liked it. First, speaking off with hashtag Go See Shazam, and let's talk about this film from the beginning of the film. I'm gonna give you some summaries and the characters I know of. Billy has his parents, his foster parents. We have Mary, Freddie, and Darla, and some two other characters. One from Fresh Off the Boat, and some new character, and some new person to come into it. But anyway, these characters are basically out the comic books too. And Freddie originally was a Shazam character anyway, but they changed him up in the New 52 because in the originals, Freddie would still become Captain Marvel Jr. But what happened was that he would still be small. Him and kind of Mrs. Marvel, they would still be small characters. These characters came out way before freaking Captain Marvel even did. So when Marvel decided to make one, I really felt mad for this. I actually liked the films when they first came out. They were based off serials. And these things, I start outselling comic books. To me, this is kind of like Thor, Ragnarok, and stuff. The best to begin off with is not how Batman for DC was the crime, while Superman was the sci-fi, Wonder Woman was kind of more to feminist female heroes. Well, Shazam was the fantasy and kids. Heck, people said Spider-Man was the first one to actually do this. Well, actually, that's not true. I have news for you. Shazam came out like way before Spider-Man. During like 40s. Sure, Spider-Man would probably be out. Let me check the book. I don't know. Bought this on Christmas. Spider-Man. Who means your pedo? Here we go. Flash Thompson. Spider-Man. That's Stacy today. Spider. Favorite fight was a great Uncle Ben Parker. He probably came out Marvel age. Well, anyway, I'm not gonna look through that. But anyway, this film probably came out. He probably came out. But the thing was that Billy, I like how Billy was not chosen just because he wanted to be Shazam. And not because he's pure of heart. He chose because our main character Shazam is dying and he just says, I need this dude to do this. You need to do this. I think if this film came out during the 80s, it would be even more cool because this film feels like one of the 80s movies. I've seen the Goonies and stuff. They feel like these classic 80s movies. It's like Big mixed with Thor Ragnarok. Freaking mixed with all the 80s movies rounded up together. Well, a couple of 90s parts in there. And it makes you imagine what would happen if you actually had superpowers. And I would just be like Billy Batson. I wouldn't be like, with great power comes great responsibility. I got superpowers. I can do what I want with these. I'm not going to go out and help people. I'm going to make money and actually be a superhero. But yeah, with this proves the limits of actual teenage superheroes. I want to see a Blue Beetle movie. I want to see a Booster Gold film. I freaking want to see a Golden Beetle or Blue movie or Blue Gold movie. One of them characters or both of them characters get their movie together. That might be fun to see because they will have a story to go with. And if you're gonna make a Booster Gold film, it's gonna have to be a comedy. The costume won't have to fully be CGI. It can kind of be like Shazam's costume. But you just gotta cast someone great for the role. And I'm gonna say that. And you can still have some cameos from Superman and Batman in that movie. Or maybe Wonder Woman make a cameo. But anyway, back to this. So the summary of the film is this. Billy Baxter is a young boy whose mother had, when he lost his mother at a fair, and after losing her, makes him sad. So, these years later, Billy's become foster home to foster home, where he lands with this nice family and meets up with this kid named Freddie, who's disabled. And Freddie's kind of like, I like how they didn't change him up from being some kid. I like how they actually kept him as a kid, and then later at the film, they start messing with the character himself. But Billy does not actually decide to actually be a superhero. But anyway, what happens is that Freddy's a big comic book nerd. He even has a batarang, and he also has a Superman bullets. And what happens later is this. Later, Superman... I'm not gonna spoil that part. But anyway, later, here's what happens. Later during the film, this dude named Dr. Savannah, who met the wizard before this even happened. Had met the wizard already. And what he did was this. The wizard had told him no. And the wizard at the beginning of the film, it just felt like he was just not going to do it. Because what he did was basically this. He told him the thing, and then the boy just basically touched that thing right there. He just said, douche. I'm like, you actually did that? All you really had to do was basically this. You could have stayed right there and told him that before he touched it. But I get what he was doing. He was saying, if he does not touch it, he's not pure of heart. I love how basically the wizard did not just choose Billy because he's pure of heart. Even Billy says that. He chose him because Billy was the only one before he dies. So he gives him the power and he basically dies then. And then later, Dr. Shazam just becomes all crazy and starts killing people. That's what happens to him. And we have a little cameo of Mr. Mind. And I'm hoping that this sequel might be like the Sam Raimi Spider-Man 2 movie. If they're making the third one, please don't be like Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Well, kind of be a little bit better than Sam Raimi Spider-Man 3. But this is what we need right now. I can't even get back onto the old freaking movies now. Marvel Cinematic Universe, because they've all just got super dark and I just can't watch them no more. They felt like they had to go dark all the way. I get Infinity War was supposed to be dark, but like I said, I don't like Captain America Civil War, but I like Winter Soldier, and that's a dark film. I freaking like the first Iron Man movie. I like mostly all the Captain America films that for Civil War. I think the film just should have been called Civil War because even though it's around Captain America, the whole Avengers aren't fully part of it. It made it feel like the Avengers were going to be, made the Avengers film more in the film. But like I was saying, I just don't think that this would work. Because Marvel has basically got back to its darker roots now. And since I don't think it's a great idea now that Marvel have the X-Men and the Fantastic Four now. Because I would say what they could do with them is, I don't want to put them in the 90s or the 60s or even the 70s. We saw how bad that worked out for Captain Marvel. But you can't throw it back because look what happened with Captain America. That film did great and it was just exactly like that. But I think that now that they have the rights, they should just stick off to making cartoons of them or something. Because there's basically nothing you can do with them in the franchise. It's not going to make sense. Oh, they hate the X-Men because they have superpowers in this movie franchise. Even the comic books that didn't make sense either because they always make crossovers. And the main problem was you have superpowered people running around saving the world. How could you not be cool with them being out there? And Professor X, I get that you want them to control their powers, but why can't you take them to S.H.I.E.L.D.? Freaking Tony Stark or Captain America? I don't know. I just couldn't. Yeah. Yeah. This is a great film to go see with your family. It will remind you of kind of like the 80s franchise, and kind of the Sam Raimi films. I hope we get more directors like this. This director went from making YouTube videos to making a Conjuring sequel to Annabelle, a freaking Lights Out movie, and now he's making a superhero movie. This is exactly like Sam Raimi. And finally we got Aquaman and we got Shazam. 2 fun movies. And the films that were only lighthearted for Marvel at the time was Black Panther and Into the Spider-Verse. Wonder Woman was a lighthearted film. I'm going to count down their list of some good superhero movies with Aquaman, Wonder Woman, and Shazam. Now, I'm going to be honest. I know that you're going to say, you suck if you put Batman v Superman or freaking Justice League on the list. I'm going to put Justice League on the list. I get that people didn't like that movie for some reason, but I don't get why. I actually like the movie. I just think that people didn't like it because of everything, the controversy between the movie. I think it actually wasn't really a bad movie. But that's all for now. This suck, guys. Hashtag go see the film Shazam. This does have some adult jokes in this film. But I would recommend you go see this with your family because this is such a great movie. And I hope you guys see this. If you don't, get it on Blu-ray. Or if you have a Fire Stick, watch it like I did. I'll see you guys next time on This Suck. And that's all.